All right, let's talk about the absolute political earthquake that just hit Tamil Nadu. We are looking at a fundamentally redrawn map following the 2026 elections. On one side, we've got a brand new government led by Joseph Vijay and his party, the TVK. And on the flip side, you have the historically dominant DMK grappling with a totally unexpected defeat and aggressively plotting their comeback. So, in this explainer, we are going to impartially unpack the data, the rhetoric, and the strategies from both sides of the aisle to figure out exactly what is happening in the state right now.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our state of play for today. We'll look at the new political reality, explore the doubts surrounding government stability, unpack the migrant vote factor, break down the DMK's rebuilding strategy, and finally, check out the new welfare and digital battlegrounds.
First up, a new political reality.
We are really stepping into the crucible here. A completely new administration has taken charge, and to grasp the sheer scale of this shift, you just have to listen to former Chief Minister M.K. Stalin. He didn't mince words. He literally called his party's poll defeat a political tsunami. I mean, this wasn't just a bump in the road, it sent absolute shockwaves through traditional political structures. Stalin basically pointed out that the party just couldn't translate the public's appreciation for their last 5 years of work into a victory at the ballot box.
So how exactly did TVK take the reins? Well, here's the catch. While Chief Minister Joseph Vijay did successfully prove his majority on the assembly floor, it wasn't through some sweeping, single-party mandate. Instead, this government was pieced together through shifting alliances, post-poll realignments, and outside support. And that matters because it's exactly what is fueling the massive political firestorm we're seeing right now.
Which brings us to Section 2, doubts over government stability. Right out of the gate, this new TVK government is facing some fierce headwinds from the ousted DMK and other political factions. The rhetoric has been sharp, really sharp. Former Deputy Chief Minister Udayanithi Stalin actually delivered this incredibly punchy line. He told the new administration, do not run an Instagram Reels gov, run a real gov. He's pointedly highlighting that the public is already questioning how long this administration can even last, given all the drama around how it was formed. It's a clear strategy. Paint the TVK as totally lacking in serious governing experience and obsessed with optics.
Now, what's really interesting is how the opposition is weaponizing the math to build their case. Think about this 65% rejection rate. That means more than 3.2 crore people actually voted against the TVK. On the flip side, only 35% of the electorate, about 1.72 crore voters, backed them. So by hammering on these numbers, the opposition is branding this a severely fractured mandate and really questioning whether the voting public actually has confidence in this newly assembled government. And because of that fractured math, those post-poll alliances have kicked the door wide open for criticism. You've got opposition figures, including AMMK General Secretary TTV Dinakaran, raising some pretty heavy allegations of horse trading. The argument here is simple. TVK campaigned super hard on the promise of clean governance and being this fresh political alternative. But by leaning on rival faction leaders and outside support, critics are saying they're engaging in the exact kind of backroom political bargaining they used to condemn.
Moving on to our third point, the migrant vote factor.
We're going to shift gears for a second because this is a wildly fascinating demographic angle. Before he was a chief minister, Vijay was, and still is, an absolute cinematic titan. He's known as Thalapathy, a bona fide pan-Indian superstar. Now, the TVK only operates inside Tamil Nadu. They have zero direct political presence anywhere else. But his dubbed films give him this massive cross-border name recognition. And that cinematic footprint, it gave him a totally unique edge with North Indian migrant voters living in Tamil Nadu. That's a demographic traditional regional politicians have often struggled to reach.
Let's actually contrast the two political flavors on the menu here. You've got the TVK, which is heavily driven by this pop culture appeal, pushing a clean alternative rhetoric that deliberately steps away from traditional identity politics. Then you've got the DMK, deeply rooted in historical Dravidian identity and regional cultural heritage. Historically, North Indian migrants tended to back national parties or the ruling DMK, but the TVK dropping into the mix, it offered them a drastically different pop culture-infused choice.
But the result wasn't just one monolithic voting bloc, it was actually really varied. Younger migrants and pop culture fans totally rallied behind Vijay's clean alternative. Meanwhile, the business and trade communities, who care a lot about stability, were drawn to the anti-corruption messaging. However, it wasn't a perfect sweep. There's still a bit of linguistic friction. TVK leans hard into MGR-style Tamil cultural roots, which caused a slight disconnect with folks who prefer national integration platforms. But the main takeaway? Star power absolutely translated into political capital, completely crossing language barriers. Let's pivot over to Section 4, the DMK's rebuilding strategy.
Because the historic party is absolutely not sitting idle. And this brilliantly illustrates MK Stalin's aggressive timeline to stabilize the ship. He took personal responsibility for the defeat, shut down all the internal finger-pointing, and rolled out a strict 4-step accountability plan. Step 1, form a high-level committee. Step 2, send them across Tamil Nadu for on-the-ground, constituency-by-constituency consultations. Step 3, they have exactly 20 days to submit a detailed report on what went wrong. And finally, Step 4, take direct action against whoever was responsible, no matter how high up they are in the party ranks.
Finally, let's look at Section 5, the welfare and digital battlegrounds.
The ballots might be counted, but the policy wars? Those are just getting started. One massive point of contention right now is the future of some extremely popular public welfare programs. Udayanathiri Stalin basically drew a line in the sand, issuing a stern public warning to the new administration. Do not play politics with welfare schemes. He specifically called out 3 huge ones: the Kalainer Magalir Urimai Thitam, the Pudumai Pan Initiative, and the breakfast scheme for school kids. The opposition is basically daring the TVK government to touch these deeply entrenched DMK legacy programs. At the same time, the DMK is fundamentally rethinking how it talks to voters. Realizing the sheer power of digital reach, MK Stalin told his cadres that the political battlefield has officially shifted. It's not just about public meetings anymore. It's moved straight to online platforms. To back that up, they launched a brand new feedback website, udanpirapankaral.n. They are actively begging party workers and the general public to openly share their views on the defeat and pitch structural changes. It's essentially a modern, open-source approach to rebuilding a political party.
All of this strategy, all the rhetoric, the posturing, it all points to one massive looming deadline: 2029. MK Stalin has explicitly told his people to get ready, noting there's a really strong chance the next state assembly elections will happen at the exact same time as the Lok Sabha elections in 2029. Both the brand new TVK government and the recovering DMK opposition know this, and they are aggressively using every single tool they have to prepare for that exact target.
Which leaves us with this final, truly provocative question. As the clock ticks toward 2029, we've got a newly formed government built on dynamic star power, but fighting off heavy allegations of instability. And they're going up against a historically entrenched political machine that is rapidly restructuring for a massive comeback. So, will the TVK government be able to solidify its coalition and survive its own sequel? Or will the DMK's massive digital and grassroots rebuilding strategy reclaim the state? Keep your eyes on Tamil Nadu, folks, because this political script is definitely still being written. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. I really hope you found this breakdown as absolutely fascinating as I did.